Says who? How you feeling then? That's wonderful to hear. Thank you for letting me know. Well, gotta say this is a pretty interesting little tour that we've gone on, huh? Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of myself as a history buff, but still, as long as you're enjoying yourself, that's what matters. How about we explore a bit more, just around outside this big old castle then? Yeah, absolutely. I think it's nice for us to perhaps just have a bit of a walk together, admire the scenery and the architecture. Most interesting indeed, I must say, most interesting. Must say that it's quite a foreboding kind of structure, still standing after all these centuries. I was gonna say years, but that would be downplaying it a little bit. Still, I gotta admit it was pretty funny seeing how frightened some of the people were. You saw them too, right? Wandering around, looking scared that something might be lurking in the shadows. Yeah, I couldn't resist myself with trying to spook one of them. You know, that little couple earlier. I was just hanging in the shadows, just boo. Oh, the noises they made, that was real funny. Hope it didn't ruin the experience for you or anything like that. I was just feeling mischievous. Of course, there's nothing scary about this place. There's nothing that's gonna jump out and cause anyone harm here. When you think about it, the only scary thing here is gonna be me. Especially if I'm gonna be jump scaring people like that and flashing my teeth at them as well. Couldn't resist. Like say, I couldn't resist. But alright, I'll try and make sure that I'm on my best behavior. Because I want to make sure that you're enjoying yourself ever so much on this, this really interesting and really fascinating kind of tour all around this fascinating structure. So, how has your job been so far then? How was the rather prestigious position that you're in? You enjoying yourself? You having good times there, or have things been a struggle for you? Right. Well, I appreciate you letting me know and being honest, of course. Very grateful for that. I didn't expect it to be a complete and utter cakewalk, of course. I mean, let's face it, nothing is in this line of work here with my business. But it's good to see that you're adapting very well. Everyone is glad that you got into the position that you did. You are more than deserving of it for sure. Other people around the office, they've been, you could say that they've been getting, little promotions here and there, a little bit of bumps here and there, with added benefits and paid checks and whatnot. Suppose I could at least let you in on these sorts of secrets. After all, you're trustworthy, very trustworthy. So yeah, everyone's doing well and profits are gradually climbing up more and more. And I always think that this is an excellent way to treat people, to reward them for all their hard work and dedication. But I suppose we're gonna have to see how the next quarter handles. Can't always be flying high on major profits all the time. Could be, a few roadblocks along the way. By the way, there's another reason why I called you here and invited you on this walk. I did want it to be like a fun evening out together, but beyond that, there's also something business related that I wanted to perhaps speak to you covertly about. Well, alright, let me explain things then. Might be getting a client who is interested in having something placed here. Think of it as a bit of a drop-off point. You know that small tower there that's still in its place? Yeah, that's the one. Right, so tomorrow I need you to drop by here, walk up those steps, and behind one of the bricks. It should have a little X scratched into it. It's a little on the orange side as well, but it should be when you walk straight up the steps. Turn left 90 degrees. You'll see it right in the wall. So, a client wants something placed there. Prefers to kind of keep it covert just to be sure. So do you think you can do that? Of course, no witnesses. Try to keep it a secret if possible. Yeah, absolutely. I promise you that there'll be a bonus alongside. It's quite important for this guy, as you see. That is wonderful news. I can always trust you with such interesting requests like these. Interesting kind of guy, I must say. Quite a peculiar appearance. Very well dressed, soft spoken, puffy hair. Probably could do with a haircut, personally. Either way, seem to have some kind of like fang-like teeth. Not quite exactly like mine. His seem to be a lot more even and jagged, kind of triangular at an angle. Burning red eyes as well, very peculiar. Just seemed to have like this kind of aura about him. Something about him that just made me feel like there was something that we could both relate to. Something that he knows that I perhaps know. Oh, listen to me ramble. Make me sound like a madman. He just seems like a interesting sort of guy. Quite a mysterious fella as well. I've never seen him in my life, mind you. He's a complete stranger to me, but still gonna be interesting to see his reaction as well. I'm sure he'll be happy to know that you're gonna be tackling this job, and when all's said and done, when that item's dropped off, hopefully it'll be in his hands soon enough. Oh, as for the item in particular, it's a little strange to say. It's a small little, well, it kind of looks like a small little music box. I don't know if there's anything inside, but it is adorned with quite valuable sorts of elements, silver and gold and whatnot. But it's quite peculiar that he just didn't want it to be handed over directly. It just had to acquire this item myself. Had to do a bit of a trick. Just for safety reasons, And then I'm gonna get you to transport it and hide it in that special place, shall we say. Right in that tower. Remember, the scratch on the bricks. Walk up the stairs. Turn 90 degrees left. You place it there tomorrow. And then it's gonna be picked up. But I'm sure it's all gonna be alright, right? I'm sure all is gonna be well. But anyway, enough about work. Let's move on the conversation. Ooh, that reminds me. I'm thinking of treating everyone. Getting everyone some delicious desserts to dine on tomorrow. I've already got all the treats kind of planned out. Well, actually, more than just planned out. They're all sitting in my refrigerator, nice and cool and chilled. A collection of chocolate chip cookies and a few little pastries with kind of cold custard inside. When it keeps it nice and thick. Put a few bits of fruit on top. Gotta say, absolutely divine. If I do say so myself. But of course, I'm gonna be treating everyone to those. Are you a fan of both, by the way, or either, or neither? I see. Thank you for letting me know. That is reassuring to hear. Well, I've made sure that everyone gets at least one each. And there's going to be a few spares as well, just in case anyone drops them or wants to take some home. And I made a batch for myself just to nibble on tomorrow. Yeah, I just get just a handful of two. How much was it exactly? Just 10 or 12 for myself each. I think it's a fair enough snack when I'm feeling bored. Alright then, alright. Well, thought I'd let you know, but remember, don't spoil the surprise. Well, looks like we just walked all the way around the castle. Back to square one. Actually, tell you what, let's continue the tour. Maybe we can explore the inside, but first, I'm gonna go and nip to the bathroom. So I'll be back in just a moment, alright? You okay with staying here? You're not too cold or anything like that? Alright then, thank you for letting me know. Sit down now, okay? I'll be back soon, my number one star employee. Back soon now.